So today we are going to discuss about the simple storage service S3. So what is S3? S3, that's another kind of AWS service that you can use to store and retrieve any amount of data at any time, anywhere in the world, right? From the website, from the web, right? So today we will learn about what is bucket, creating a bucket, what is bucket, storing data, download data, permissions, and standard interfaces. You guys can say this is object level storage, so you cannot execute any software on it or install anything on it. Only this is a static object level storage. So let me explain furthermore. S3 is as I mentioned, your object level storage. You guys can upload images, videos, VOD, or files and any documents, DOC, right? So this is the object level storage. You can install software, or you cannot run the exe file, setup file, or img mac OXS files. In S3 we have bucket, where you can store you can create a folder under bucket, and then files we call object. So then you can upload your files. So this will be a hierarchy. So this hierarchy we will work today. So furthermore explain here, I'm going to clear. So as I mentioned, this is S3 store object here. And you guys can save or upload unlimited type of object. Sorry, my writing is bad. If you save or upload any object in S3, how AWS is gonna be charge you? AWS is gonna be charge you I can say per request, and how much space you are using it, right? So how many times you request to download, access your uploaded resource, it will charge per request. Suppose you request this file, so it will charge by request, and also it will charge for amount of space. So that's how AWS will charge the S3 bucket. Clear, convince. So storing, right? If you have a 5 terabyte data, you are going to store in S3 5 terabyte, right? TB data going to store in S3 bucket. So 5 terabyte means consider 5000 GB data. So it will not upload all together. It's gonna make it make it in a parts, copy in a parts in a background, so you won't see it. You won't see the background, but it's showing only one file is uploading, but in a background it's multiple files are going to upload. What is the reason for uploading multiple files? Because of the faster transferring data into S3 bucket, right? If you have a data over 500 GB, it will split the file into multiple files and then start uploading. So making sure after uploaded every data, it will reorganize in a S3 bucket, and you will have all the 5 terabyte for content over there. This is called multi-part storage. So let's go on AWS, and we're gonna start from AWS. So if you cannot, I'm in AWS. If you cannot find S3, so you can type here S3 storage. It will pop up right here. Click here. It's loading. Once the file, the page is loaded, AWS service S3 service page is loaded. So you need to create a bucket, as I mentioned you before. Once you start creating a bucket, you like a bucket, it would be whatever name you're going to be give, it should be uniquely unique, should be unique globally, right? I'm going to put my name, right? I think it's not gonna work. Let's see. So you can see here, bucket name must not be contain upper letter, or bucket with the same name already exists, right? So if I go for different name, still bucket names contain invalid character. So this is the unique name so far, right? So I'm going to create bucket. So you guys can see it's been created under my name, and the region is US East or Idaho. So finally, this is my bucket. If I open it, I can create folder in it. That's I mentioned you before. So create folder right here. So I'm going to give the name, right? So my folder should be created. Now it's been created, my folder. You guys can see back with the forward slash right here. So this the hierarchy we need to follow. First create a bucket, then create a folder. After folder we need to upload. Once we click it, so we will go inside and upload the file right here. So here you can create subfolder too. If you click here, you can create subfolder, but I'm not going to create any folder right now. So now I'm going to delete the folder. Where is my folder? Oh, there is no folder. I created folder. So here's my bucket. Inside the bucket I have a folder. I'm going to delete my folder right now. Oh, this was my bucket, not I didn't create my folder. There is a folder. Here you go. I'm going to delete it. So I don't have folder now. I'm S3. Under S3 there is a bucket name is it's fine. So now I'm going to upload my files here. So here you have two options. You can upload files, you can add file here individually, or you can add the folder, complete folder here. So for example, I'm going to add any files here. If I have any file, do not click. So I upload one file here. The file type is image png, right? So click here. The information is the information below will no longer be available to after you navigate away from this page. So here is successfully uploaded, and the size is 27 KB. So here click on exit. You can see an object right here. If I click on this image, I will get the region all detail. I get the region, last modify files, and here is a URL link you can share with your someone else, your friends or someone, and type of files. The name of file is do not click. So here is ARN. Any AWS resource you will have ARN. This is like kind of unique identity, so you can copy, and also you can like access this anywhere. And there is a URL. If you click on it, you will see no, or you won't see your URL because you don't have permission, right? So first you can copy. Click here. Here is going to be copy, and open here. So you will have error code right here. So this is kind of object URL. Every kind of object you upload it in a S3 bucket, you will get every object URL. So I open this URL and I get here error access deny. Why is access deny? Because this object is for private resources, right, not for public. So what is the issue? When we create a bucket, if you go to the bucket back here, you see here the permission. So what does mean to the access deny? Access deny means the permission issue. So you don't have access to open from outside. So go back here. You guys can see here block public access bucket setting, right? So edit it. So currently I'm using this image from the publicly. So here it says like block public access, right? So it's totally blocked here for public access. We can change it from here. So I can remove block all public access, save it, and then confirm it. Now the bucket, that bucket is public now. All the object in this bucket is public now, so it's accessible from the public outside. But still this object is not publicly available. Why? Because only we make the bucket public, not the object public. So we need to make bucket public, as well as we need to make object public too. So what we need to do, we need to click here. First select go action, make it public. So this object is now accessible from the public accessible. If I refresh it, it shows, right? So now outside of the AWS, anyone can access this image. So what I need to do, I need to copy if I want to send it to my friend, I need to copy the URL, object URL, and give it to any of my friend. They can able to view it. Right, here is the object URL. So that is the permission. Again, I'm going to permission and talk about the bucket policy. What is bucket policy? Every bucket policy written in JSON provide access object storage in the bucket. So we can generate bucket policy. How? Before write JSON policy, like we can discuss, like we have 3 users. I am user, so 2 of them I'm going to give them access to view my object, and the one is one guy I'm going to block him, so the third person cannot see, cannot view my object. So we need to write a JSON policy here. So here I'm going to draw. So we have S3 bucket here, S3, and it has 4 objects in it, right? And there are IM user 1, IM user 2, IM user 3. So instead one IM user 1, 2 and 3, right? Instead of blocking everyone, what I'm gonna do, block only the third percent. So third person cannot use my S3, and write in JSON policies, and JSON policy only apply to the third user only, and other 2 people can have access for S3 bucket. The third person cannot have access. So if you want to deny the third user or few people, so you need to go in this bucket policy and write JSON code. How to write JSON code, I'm gonna show you here. I'm going to add tab here, so we can write JSON policy. So we have Aws policy generator. So pick this one, click. Right here we have a AWS policy generator open here, so we can select here which resources we need to use. We need to use S3 bucket policy, and here if you click asterisk, so now you have 2 options, one is allow, one is deny. So what you want, deny or allow? So I'm going to allow, and I'm going to type here asterisk. What is asterisk mean? So asterisk means everyone I'm going to allow, right? What I'm going to allow for everyone, we can select here. There are so many actions we can, so I'm going to select everything. All action should be allowed to everyone. So here is Amazon resource name, that's I mentioned you right here. Back here, back to policy generator. What are the actions? Actions are like you're uploading, deleting, modifying, creating. So those are the action here. So I'm going to allow all action here. And now we need to find Amazon resource name ARN, right? So we need to copy from the previous object and paste here. So back to the property, every object should have the ARN, right? So you can copy it from here and paste here. Right, so once you hit so what I'm doing, right? So I'm doing here allowing S3 bucket, allowing everyone, asterisk right here, everyone, what only S3 services right here, all action, right? So click here, so now you click here, get the JSON code. Now you have JSON code, you don't need to write. So the policy generator write it for you. So this one is automatically allow everyone for access S3 all object all object from the outside outside. So I just copy and go back to my S3 bucket here, and go click on permission, and here is a policy bucket, right? Edit, click edit, paste here. So this is the way you can allow and deny anyone, right? So I didn't save it, So next part is object ownership. What is object ownership, right? So I'm going to explain here. What is this? Clear my canvas. So I have a bucket, S3 bucket here, and in this S3 bucket I have an object here, obj. So we can assign policies to the bucket, and also we can assign permission to the object itself. For example, you have assigned the policy to allow everyone to access my bucket, right? And when you have 10 objects right here, so you have facility, you can assign like someone. So for example, you have 10 files and you can assign permission to different users. Like the one file you can assign permission to Scott, the second file Gibson has access to download or download it, but the Scott does not have this file access, right? So you can add the permission at the object level, not only. So you have object level permission you can assign with each files, and as well as the bucket level permission. So in S3 we can put permission to the S3 bucket as well as object level, assign the object level permission. So go back to the permission right here. So if you guys can see NACL access control list, and only owner here, he is a owner, AWS owner, yeah, a bucket owner, only bucket owner has the object level permission and bucket level permission here. No one else, everyone look here, public access, no permission here. They don't have read write permission, they don't have object level permission. If you see here groups and S3 delivery group, they don't have any permission, right? So in AWS you have like bucket level permission and object level permission, right? So let's go back to the property. So in property you have the bucket versioning. So what is bucket versioning? Like in Windows, if you upload the same file twice, what you will have, like if I upload untitled file twice, so first name would be untitled and the second name would be untitled -1 or _1 or -1 or whatever, something one in ahead of untitled. So in AWS what happens if you upload the same level the same object level file, it will not show the error, or it will not show the duplicate files, right? So I'm going to add this same file. It will delete the existing one and update with the latest file. So it's gonna say uploaded successfully. So uploaded successfully, you guys can see the file still exists, but this is the latest one, the new file. The old file is being deleted, not deleted, it's replaced the file with the previous files. It's updated the file basically. Exit. So here you go, this is the latest one, updated one. So make it more simple, I'm going to create one text file on my desktop, notepad. So I'm going to write hello Johnson, right? And I'm going to give the name, save on the desktop, txt text file, save it on desktop. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to upload the file here. What was the name of the file? Text, right? Text dot is being uploaded. Click here, upload it. So I have file here. It's called the time is 20:25:59 second, 22:25:59 second, right? The file name is text. So I'm going to make it this file public. Click here, make it public, so I can access from the outside. So I'm going to get the public URL. So copy, open here. So it says hello. Oh, 1 second. It says hello Johnson, right? So this was my file. It is already saved, right? I'm going to close it. Right, this is my URL file. So I'm going to open my existing file which I save on the desktop, right? So I'm going to open text file, right? And I'm going to update my text file here. What are you doing these days? And I'm going to save it. So and close, right? So if I refresh it, it won't be my further text won't be here because I did not re-upload it. So I'm going back to my S3 bucket here. I'm going to try to upload the same file. Now I'm going to refresh. Access denied. I need to make it publicly accessible. So here exit and select here. Okay, make publicly accessible. Successfully. Apply here, click here. So here you go, my updated file. So is discard the existing file, the old file, and update with the latest file. I did not change the name, right? Name was same. So here there's only one file right now here, the latest one, right? And if you want to keep the old one too with the similar name, with the old file, what you need to do, you need to select this file here and click here. We have versioning option here. So if it's not here, so I'm going to open file, properties here, and there should be a versioning object. So back here, file is here, go to property, object property, and here is a bucket overview and bucket versioning here. So I'm going to enable it. So save it. So what is going to do, you will have an old file and new file together, both file, right? So here you go, list versioning, right? So now I'm going to first modify my text file again. Desktop text. So how are you doing, bro? So I'm going to save it, close it, and upload it back again. Add file, the same name. Upload, exit, right here, refresh, turn it on. So now I have two files, right? This is the previous one, this is the latest one. For make it public again, action, make it public, make public, and the second one, make it public too. So first go this one, get the URL, and click here, get the URL. So this is the latest one, this is the latest one we updated here, right? So back here, for the top one is updated one, and this one is not updated one. This one should be previous one. Copy, right? I'm gonna paste here. So this is the previous file, right? And that one is updated one. So it will replace, not replace, it will keep both file together, right? If you click here, you will see, come on, you will see this one is the old file, this one is the latest file. So next part, it delete it. I turn off the versioning, and then mistakenly I delete the file, right? Right here, delete. What is going to be happen? So once you delete any object intentionally or delete it, right? Once you delete it, you have an option to bring it back. You delete. Now file is not here anymore. Once you click here, here you go. This is a marked delete file. So basically file is not deleted permanently. It mark only delete. In Windows, if you delete something, it's not permanently deleted. It goes in the recycle bin, so you can bring it back to the original location. So same in AWS, when you delete an object here, so it will create a delete marker here, right here. So if you want to restore that file, you need to click here and delete again. Click on the delete again here, and copy the permanently delete. You will get back this file. So done, exit. So now you have click back here, you have that file, right? You get back that file, you restore that file. So you have restored the file back again. So this is a bucket versioning. So we have done bucket versioning. Now we are going to check the default encryption. So what is default encryption? Is kind of security on your files, so no one can have access. So if you enable it, there is option for enable and disable. By default it's disabled. You can enable it, and there is two services, encrypted keys types. One is Amazon S3 key and AWS key management service key. So same as Windows, if you encrypt your data, no one can read it out. The same thing in the AWS, you can encrypt your files. So I'm going to save it, encryption. What happened now, whatever file we uploaded, those files where by default is encryption is enabled on those files, right? So we are talking about the security, and whatever object we are going to upload or upload it, they are encrypted now, so no one can have access for them. So we can default encryption in a bucket level only. We can enable encryption, default encryption in a bucket level only. So next part is server access login. So there is a login system, you can enable it. Click here, enable. So it will ask you for another. So whatever I have, whatever activities I have done till now will be logged to another S3 bucket. So whatever activity I have done, these all activity will be save another bucket right here. If I define the bucket, another bucket here, and every activity step by step it will logged here in this bucket. So the benefit, if anything something wrong happens in your bucket, it will log, it will register, it will give you the log file. You can read it, the log file where is the issues. So I'm not going to enable it, leave it disabled. So next thing, we can go for static website hosting. So in S3 bucket we can host any website here. So how it's gonna work, let me show you guys. Which kind of website you can host? A static website. So what is a static website? Which website don't have database, only have HTML Java files, only HTML. We can host a website using database here. So how we configure this static website hosting? Click on edit, enable it. So in order to host a website, you should have two website. One is index, one is error one. So if something goes wrong, you guys have experienced 402 something on the web page, right? So here we are going to specify two website. One is for index, one is for error. So first of all, I'm going to host website index.html, and I have error.html files. Error.html file. We need to create these files, these two files, and upload in our S3 bucket, right? So as now my main website is index.html. If something goes wrong, it will show the error page. So now I'm going to I added file error.html and index.html file here. So once you uploaded these files, you need to make them publicly. Make public, and the one is to index.html one, make it public. So once you make it public, it is public right now. So go back to the property object, bucket level property. Once you enable, you will get the URL here. You need to copy the URL and paste right here in a new tab. So here you go. So you have a index.html file. In index.html file, in my save on my desktop here, index.html, it has like index.html, right, in my C drive. So you host the website publicly, you host the website, right, a static website. So next part, we are going to management console here. So in management there is the application right here. So if you create a bucket in Canada, and I have a client in London, right, and he need the same bucket to access. If he's accessing from the Canada, it will take some time, latency. So you will face, a customer will face the latency issues. So what customer we can do it for customer. So in this case, I'm gonna create another bucket in London, and the same bucket in Canada. So the application rules, what is gonna do, if we enable the application rules, so what is going to do, if I'm working on the Canadian bucket, it will automatically replicate into the London bucket. So as soon as I uploaded any object in a Canadian bucket, it will replicate, it will duplicate into the same object will be available in the London bucket too. So London people will have access for the updated bucket in London site, and Canadian whatever is working, uploading or deleting or modifying bucket in Canada, it will replicate to the London bucket. We can say duplication from one region to another region. So once you click here, you can create a application rules here. So here we can name the application rules. So once you enable it, it shows you the source. So whatever I uploaded in my source, it will replicate to the my destination right here. So we can specify things here. So once you upload anything in a source bucket, right, here is a source bucket, it will replicate to the destination bucket. You don't need to upload anything in the destination bucket. Destination bucket will be updated itself. So this is done, replication. So as you mentioned before, you will be charged the number of requests as well as the storage. So we have storage classes here. Using those storage classes, you can save cost. So I'm going to add a file here, any text file here I'm going to add here. You will see another tab here we don't see here. So as soon as you click here, additional upload option here, you guys can see standard IA, zone IA, reduce redundancy, intelligence tiering, glacier deep, archive. So what are the availability zone? The standard one has the more than 3 availability zone. Using this storage classes, we can save our cost here. So we have multiple option here. We can store file 180 days, so it would be more cheaper. If you go for standard one is kind of business class seat in an airplane, is gonna be more expensive, and the next one is the standardized, slightly cheaper than the standard one, because the standard one has a frequently data access. This one is long life infrequently access data, right, and more than 3 availability zone. If you go for further down, you will have more cheaper, because infrequently data plus non-critical data, right, and if you go further down, so they are more cheaper in down. For the today is good enough for S3 bucket, so I hope you guys like it, S3 bucket. So see you in next class. I'm going to delete. So once you are going to delete, it says bucket is not empty. First we need to make it empty. So now objects are deleted. Going back to S3 bucket. Still the bucket is not empty. Bucket must be empty before they delete the detail. So copy, now is bucket empty. Exit, delete, noise bucket is empty. See you next.